Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram.
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityaṁ Shri Advaita Hare Srivasadi
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. How is everybody doing? It's so nice to see you after a long time. I used to watch all your classes before when I was making Kahoot. So hope everybody's doing well. Had a nice Sunday. Did anyone make Kahoot for today? Avni made it? Okay. Okay, we'll play it at the end. What time do you like to stop? 10 minutes before or like around?
Around like 7:20-ish.
Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. Shubhalas Prabhu, would you like to say anything or are you available? If not, we will start. Okay. Okay, we'll get started. So I am at work, and so if I get called, His Grace Nagar Chandra Prabhu is here in the call. He will take over. And of course, you all can discuss whatever we were discussing. Some of you are very advanced, actually, very senior, so you can lead the discussion, I'm sure. But I had a very nice topic in mind today. What were you discussing in the last class? Can anyone share with me? Was it Samudra Manthan? Yes? Okay. Okay. And you've completed that pastime? You have discussed that? Okay. And you're working on your project? Who all are working on their project? Or who all are done with their project? Can everybody turn their camera on? Whoever is, it's possible to turn on the camera, please do so. That way you will be more engaged in the class and we'll have a better experience. Okay, so how many people said they're done with the class? They've done with the project. Jashit and Ishan. Okay. You think who all will be done this week before the next class? Bionto, Avni, Navya is saying we're almost done. Vinita, Sampata. Okay. How about Lakshay, Arna, Nishita, Radhya? Please keep working on your projects, okay? So I think it's long past overdue, so please make sure that it's done by next weekend for sure. Okay, Lakshay is saying almost done. Yes, please, this is a team effort, so please inspire each other, contact each other. Whoever is lagging behind, encourage them to do their part and finish the project. So you have to inspire each other it's a teamwork, right? Teamwork makes dream work. So let's do it. Okay, I want to hear from everyone. Let's, how about all of you unmute and we'll chant some prayers, some Mangalacharan prayers, and then please think about what verse you want to share today before we launch into the class. So if somebody has memorized any new verse over last 2-3 weeks, please share in the class, okay? But let's chant invocation prayers. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Śrī Caitanya-Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadkamlam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Satam Sajivam Sadhavaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरं गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Hare Krishna. Who all in this group knows these prayers completely by heart? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 kids. Okay. Can everybody try to memorize these, right? And these are the prayers that, you can say before any crucial event of your life. It can be before your exam, before any competition, any play you're doing, anything you're doing in the school. So because you're just asking for the mercy of the Lord and his associates. So please memorize these prayers. This is our basic prayers that invoke auspiciousness in our lives. Okay. Okay. Who wants to share a verse? I want to hear from someone. It's very quiet. Let's hear a verse. Any new verse that you have memorized over last few weeks, or whatever is the last verse that you have memorized. Okay, Navya. Yes, go ahead and share.
Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Swakata-Krishna. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Swakata-Krishna. Actually, I don't think I know this verse that well.
Shravana Kirtana.
Punya Shravana Kirtana.
Hridiyantasto hiya bhadrani.
Hridiyantasto hiya bhadrani.
I
don't know it.
Okay, yeah, you need to work at this. Vidu noti suhrit satam. Okay, Radhya wants to share a verse. Yes, Radhya.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaaya Cha Nandagop Kumaraya Shri Govindaya Namo Namah.
Hari bol. It's wonderful. Radhya, that was amazing. Was that the first verse you have learned? You know more. Wow. Good job. Hari bol. So, who taught you that verse, Radhya? Can you tell me the meaning? Is it your mom that taught you? Yes. Very nice. Okay, please keep learning more and more verses from her. Okay. Do you know the meaning of this verse?
No.
Okay. Who knows the meaning of this verse? Or who knows this verse? Who else knows this verse? Okay, Vedahi knows. Vedahi, Arna. Vedahi, would you like to share the meaning?
I think it's in the verse, just offering obeisances to Krishna, who's the son of Devaki and Vasudev.
Yes.
And Nand, Baba, and Yashoda. And yeah.
Yes, very bold. So let me show you that verse. And we, often recite this, you might have noticed, during the Bhagavatam invocation. Yes, who was speaking? Okay. So yes, we are paying obeisances to Krishna, who's son of Vasudev, Devaki. I'm trying to pull it up from the Veda base. And who spoke this verse? Does anyone know? A very glorious personality from our scriptures spoke this verse. Anyone knows? Yes, Sampada.
Mata Kunti?
Yes, Mother Kunti, right? Queen Kunti. So this comes in Queen Kunti's prayers. So this verse says, "Let me therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who has become the son of Vasudev, the pleasure of Devaki, the boy of Nand, and the other cowherd men of Vrindavan, and the enlivener of the cows and the senses." So Krishnaya Vasudevaya, that Krishna who is son of Vasudev, Devaki Nandanaya, he's Devaki Nandan, he's son of Mother Devaki, Nand Gopa Kumaraya, he's the son of Nand Maharaj and friend of Gopas, the cowherd boys and cowherd men, and he is the enlivener of the cows and the senses. So Govinda has two meanings. Govinda means the one who gives pleasure to cows. And Govinda also means the one who gives pleasure to our senses. That's why when we engage in various Krishna conscious activities, we get pleasure to our senses, right? By kirtan, by chanting the names, our tongue, our ears, by looking at the deities, our eyes get the enjoyment. So this way we enjoy through various Krishna conscious activities, through prasadam. I think most of us enjoy through prasadam. Our senses enjoy that way. So very wonderful verse, Radhya. Thank you for reciting that. Okay, let's go into the class. So today I thought, since Ram Navami is coming, I believe it's on April 16th. And we are celebrating here in Memphis on April 20th. And I know some of the kids are planning a drama. Yes, Bionto.
My birthday is April 28th.
Oh, Hari Bol. So we will be cutting a cake that day for Lord Ram. I guess we'll be celebrating your birthday as well. That's amazing. So yeah, your birthday is coming very close to Lord Ram's appearance. So make sure that you celebrate his birthday, his appearance very nicely, huh? So I thought we'll set up the mood for his appearance by glorifying his topmost servant today. And who is his topmost servant? Who is Lord Ram's? Yes, Sampada. Or go ahead.
Is it Lord Hanuman?
Yes, Hanumanji, right? So he's considered the topmost servant. Whenever we talk about somebody who has perfected their lives in the mood of servitude as a best servant, always the name of Lord Hanuman comes up. And you know that we all are aspiring to be servants, right? We are aspiring to be the servants of the Lord. servant of the servants of the servants of the Lord, right? So who else to take inspiration from but the topmost servant that we know is Lord Hanuman. So I thought I'll take now Lord Hanuman's glories are, oceanic. It's they are numerous, they are infinite. So I thought we'll just take a portion of Ramayana, okay, and just glorify a little aspect of that, of his pastimes, okay. So Ramayana, as you know, is divided into many in many portions, and they are called kands, right? Does anyone know? Do you know who wrote Ramayana? Who knows who has written Ramayana? I want to hear from somebody other than Vedahi, Sampada, and Navya. Let's hear from Ishan. Yes, please.
Vashishta Muni.
Vashisht Muni has another role in Ramayana, but he did not write it. He did not compose it or compile it. Who did? Who else can guess? Let's see. Beyond to go ahead.
Wasn't it like Valmiki or someone like that?
Yes, Valmiki. Yeah, no, not someone like that. Valmiki.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I got the names confused.
Yeah. When you answer very, confidently. Don't say something like that or someone like that. That minimizes the value of your answer as if you're not sure. But you were right. So answer confidently, okay? Okay, perfect. So Valmiki, Maharishi Valmiki composed Ramayana. And do you know another scripture which describes Lord Ram's pastimes not in Sanskrit, in a more local language? So Ramayana is in Sanskrit. Valmiki wrote Ramayana in Sanskrit. Yes, Sampada.
Ramcharitmanas by Tulsidas ji.
Yes, wonderful. Wow, you guys are also well versed with all your history. So Ramayana is our history, right? It's which part of Vedic scriptures is it is? It's itihasa. Itihas in Hindi or Sanskrit translates as history. Okay, itihas means history. So this is part of our itihas, our history. There are two itihasas. One is Ramayana and the other is Mahabharata. So two main histories. And this Ramayana was composed by Valmiki ji. And this Ramayana is divided into many portions. They are called Kand, based on Lord Ram's pastimes. Okay, so when it was his childhood pastimes, it's called Bal Kand. When it was his pastimes in growing up in Ayodhya, it's called Ayodhya Kand. When he goes into forest, it's called Aranya Kand. Like that, when he's fighting in Lanka, it's called Yuddha Kand. So like that, there are many Kands. So we will take a very small, and these Kands were actually very long. Like for example, the Bal Kand is very long. It's about 12 years. Ayodhya Kand describes about 16 years of Lord Ram's life. Aranya Kand describes another 10 years. Then there is Kishkinda Kand, when Lord Ram meets Sugriv and other monkeys. So that's about 4 years. But there is, and then there is later on at the end, there is Uttarkand. But in the middle, there is a very short part of Ramayana, which is only 2 days long. And that Kand is called Sundar Kand. Has anyone heard that word before, Sundar Kand? Whether he has. So Sundar Kand, Sundar means what? Does anyone know the meaning of word Sundar? I'm going to share my screen very quick. Yes, please go ahead and answer. I can't see just now. Sundar means beautiful, yes. So, so in this Sundar Kand, the beautiful pastime comes when Hanuman jumped over the ocean to find Mother Sita. Is everybody familiar a little bit with that pastime? Do you know that how Hanuman was given the task or given the service of finding Mother Sita, jump across the ocean to Lanka and find Mother Sita? Give me thumbs up if you know about this. Right? Everybody knows that Hanumanji went to find Mother Sita? Okay. It seems like everybody knows that. Okay. So when Hanuman jumped across the ocean to find Mother Sita in Lanka, that whole pastime, that whole adventures that he went through, all the pastimes, all the obstacles that he went through, that whole aspect of Ramayana is called Sundarkand. Okay, that whole jump is described in Sundarkand. And Sundarkand is actually very glorious. There are many people who actually just recite Sundarkand in their homes, and it is considered very auspicious. Okay, it is considered very it brings a lot of good fortune and auspiciousness to your homes to recite this pastimes of the topmost servant of the Lord. So we'll discuss that jump of Lord Hanuman across the ocean today. Okay. So, and this is a very adventurous, this is like adventure. So I call it the adventurous jump of Lord Hanuman. So do you know how far did he have to jump? Like, why is this jump so famous? Do you know how many miles he had to jump? Like when we travel, we say, okay, I have to travel 2 miles, 10 miles. How far is Jackson from Florida? Let's say, how many miles is it, right? So we have, does anyone know how many miles Hanuman had to jump across the ocean to get to Lanka? Yes, Ashrit. Is it Ashrit?
800 miles.
800 miles. Wow, wonderful. Have you heard about this before? Have you read about this? That's very wonderful answer.
Mataji, no, like I have heard of it. Yeah, I've read it. Like I've read the Ramayana before. So he had to jump like 100 yojanas, and one yojana is 8 miles. So
Yes.
it's 800 miles.
That is amazing. Wow, you know the calculation and everything. Yes. So in those days, the term used for distance, the unit used to measure the distance was called yojan. So now how we say miles, right? The unit that we use here in US is called miles. Or in India, we say kilometers or meters, right? Here we use miles. So in those days, we used to measure distance in yojan. And one yojan was how many miles? 8 miles. So it was 100 yojans that he had to jump, and so it was 800 miles. And do you know how did they realize all the Vanar Sena, the monkey Sena? How did they realize that Mother Sita is in Lanka and that's where we have to go? How did they find that out? Who told them? Do you know? Who is well versed with Ramayana and knows this? Okay, so let's see. Ashrits and Vedahi know. How about somebody else? Okay, Vedahi, go ahead.
Not Jatayu, but his brother.
Huh?
I'm forgetting his name. But he's the one who he sat at the top of like Sampati, and
Sampati.
saw till Lanka, and
Yes.
saw that Sita was in Ashokpati.
Yes, Sampati, the brother of Jatayu, he informed them, he could see that far. And he informed them that Mother Sita's location. He said that she is in Ashokvatika in Lanka. So that's how they realized that they have to cross this 800 miles of ocean to get to Mother Sita. Is everybody able to hear me? I'm speaking a little bit softly because there are people working around here. Yeah, thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what lessons we can learn from this jump. Okay. So first of all, they were all standing at the banks of the ocean and trying to decide who would jump across the ocean, who has that capability to cross this 800 miles of ocean and get to Lanka. So everybody was sharing their strengths and their skills of flying or of jumping across. These monkeys, they were not ordinary monkeys. They were very special. They had these amazing powers that they could fly. They could jump quite very big distances. So there was somebody who said, I can jump maybe let's say 50 miles or 100 miles, but nobody I was very confident. Then there was one monkey who was actually the son of Vali, Angad. Okay, he said, I can jump this 800 miles or 100 yojan, but I don't think I can come back. Now, since he's acting as the messenger of Lord Ram, he not only has to jump across to the ocean, across to the Lanka, but he has to come back as well and give the message to Lord Ram that he actually indeed found Mother Sita, right? So the messenger needs to be able to come back. So Angad said, I can jump across, but I cannot come back. So in this way, and Hanumanji was very quiet. He did not think that he could jump at all. So everybody was, meditating on who could take this monumental task and jump across the ocean in service of Lord Ram and find Mother Sita. So at that time, there was a very old, very ancient person in their army, in their group, and his name was Jamvan. Okay, Jamvan. Let's see, I see many people raising their hands. Are you, Ashrits, are you trying to share something?
No, Mataji, I thought you were going to ask, the bear's name,
Okay. So, but you shared, yeah, he was a bear, right? I didn't say that. He was a bear. So he was a very ancient, very old bear. Do you know something else about him that you want to share?
He's the first son of Brahma too.
Okay.
And he also saw Lord Vishnu fight many Rakshasas.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, he was very, very old. He had been existing for many, many yugas, like many thousands of yugas, and he has seen a lot of pastimes of Lord unfold. And there are many, many stories about Jamban himself. But this story is about Lord Hanuman actually. And so when Jamban saw that Hanuman was standing quietly and not offering his services, so what did Jamban do? He reminded Hanuman that you are actually a very powerful person. You are actually a very, very glorious, incredibly powerful personality, and you do not remember your own powers. You do not remember that you have received many, many boons from various demigods, various Devi Devtas. They have invested many of their powers, they have given many boons to you. And so you have these amazing mystical powers that none of the other monkeys have. And so you are capable of doing this service. And so in this way, Jamban started reminding Hanuman of his powers. So this is the first obstacle actually in Hanuman's jump across the ocean. The first obstacle was that he did not know that he could do the service. He did not know that he could take on this task. Okay. And sometimes, and this is the function of a leader or a teacher, a mentor, that sometimes we don't think we are capable of taking a task, we are capable of finishing a service or a job that we are given. So then we should approach our mentors, our guide, our teachers, our leaders, our instructors, who will actually positively inspire us, guide us, and remind us that we are very, very powerful. We have many, many capabilities. We have many, many skills that we can use actually in finishing that assignment, in finishing that task. So that's one lesson, to always approach, always stay in the guidance of someone senior who will actually motivate you and guide you towards finishing that task. Okay, we forget, for example, we have forgotten our identity. We have forgotten that we are parts and parcels of the Lord, and so we are actually very powerful. Our consciousness is very pure, and we can actually do many, many things when we take on the service of the Lord. But we this bodily identification, and we limit ourselves to this body, and we think very harshly of ourselves, right? But actually we are capable of many things, and a real guide, a real teacher can actually remind you of those powers. So that's first lesson. Okay. Secondly, in this way, you can see Jamban's glorious personality. He's not worried about his personal success. He's not thinking that, okay, if I can't do it, what's the use of telling other people to do anything? Some people are like that. If I'm not able to do it, somebody else can't do it. Jamban is not like that. If I'm not able to do it, fine. But I know that this other person is capable of carrying that task. So these are the real teachers. I may not be able to do something myself, but they are able to identify the talent in the other person and uplift them. They empower and they create other leaders. So look at the life of, for example, Prabhupada. He created so many, he was a leader, but a true leader actually empowers others and creates more leaders. He creates other people that are able to achieve their goals. So these type of people uplift others. So this is a very compassionate nature of Jamban, that he's not dragging anyone down. He's actually empowering them. He's uplifting them. So this is a real leader. So from Jamban we understand that we should take shelter of such leaders who will uplift us, guide us, remind us of our hidden skills and talents. Okay. And we should become such a leader who will inspire other people to become the best, okay? To become their best. And the third lesson here is that they were working as a team in the service of the Lord. And just like you are working on your project, like a team right now, right? So when you work as a team, it's not about your personal success. It's not about your personal agenda in services. You just have to make things happen. So you have to identify, okay, this person is capable of doing this part of the job. Like this person can make a PowerPoint. This person can make a video. This person can put the sound in. This person can put the animations in. So you identify what is the strength of each person and assign the tasks accordingly. It's not just me. It's about us. So we have to make a task happen. We have to complete that task, complete that service. And so work as a team, identify each other's strength, and utilize. Everybody should utilize their strength, remind each other, encourage each other. So, and you can see that in your current project, how you have to remind and encourage each other. So those are the three lessons that we learned from the first aspect of Lord Hanuman's jump. What was the first problem he faced? That he did not even remember his powers. That was the first problem he faced. So what happened for him? He came under the guidance of a very true, proper leader, teacher who was not worried about his own success, but actually wanted to see the project or the service of Lord happen properly. So what did that leader do? He inspired him, he guided him, he reminded him of his skills, of his powers. So Jamban reminded him that you have many, many qualities and you can actually jump. You jumped once to reach the sun. And this ocean is nothing. Remember the time you jumped to reach the sun? This ocean is nothing compared to that. So when Jamban reminded him, suddenly Lord Hanuman's memory was jolted and all those powers that he had forgotten came back. So he had received a curse because of which he had forgotten all those powers, and suddenly he was reminded of all those powers. Is everybody following this? What are the three lessons? Take guidance of a proper leader who will encourage you, remind you of your skills, work as a team, identify each other's strength, okay, and become a real leader who uplifts each other, who empowers each other, and is not just worried about their own personal agenda or personal success, right? So that's the first hurdle Hanuman faced, that he did not remember his own strength. Any questions? Anybody wants to share anything about that? That first hurdle. We will go through. Hopefully, we have time to go through 5 hurdles. Anyone wants to share anything? Yes, Beyontu.
I couldn't really hear much of it because your voice went low.
Was that the problem with everyone?
It went low a bit, but I could still hear you.
Yeah, I just had to turn my volume up, but otherwise.
Mine was max.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to speak louder. Huh?
Thank you.
Okay. Who wants to share the lessons that we just learned? Whoever was able to hear, please share. And please somebody compile the 5 hurdles and lessons that we learned from each hurdle. So somebody please take notes and compile them and send them. Okay. Okay. Yes, Vedi.
One of the lessons was that real teachers and leaders are able to empower and create more leaders for new skills and stuff, even if they cannot do that themselves.
Right. Right. And in a team, we should have the mentality to uplift and encourage each other, not drag others down, right? Encourage each other. Okay, good. So please share those lessons and the hurdle. Okay. Okay, let's take the next. So then, once Lord Hanuman was reminded of his powers, please tell me if you can't hear me, okay? I'm trying to speak very close to the mic and trying to be loud also. So then, once he was reminded, look at this is Jamban, the bear. So once he was reminded, Hanuman was suddenly empowered. Okay, I can do this. I remember now. Not only I can jump across the ocean, I will jump so fast that even before I say the word Ram, I will be across to Lanka. And I will also find Mother Sita and I'll come back. So this feeling that he got, okay, it's not that he became arrogant, but he became confident. Okay, So he became very confident. And this is the real, power of a true leader, that they will make you confident. It's not that we become arrogant of our skills, but it's that we become confident. He was confident that by the power of Lord Ram's names, I can complete this task. So on the strength of Lord and his names, he said, I will finish this task. So what did he do? He climbed on this mountain called Mahindar Mountain. Okay, Mahindar Mountain. And he used that mountain to push off. Like he used that as like a launching pad, like to gain momentum, to push with his foot so that he can use it as a launching pad and jump into the sky across the ocean. So that Mahindar Mountain was his launching pad. And when he jumped, what did he say? He said, "Jai Shri Ram," right? That's his dearmost name that he likes to chant all the time, right? So he said, "Jai Shri Ram," on the strength of the Lord's name, he jumped across. So this jump of Lord Hanuman, this push off from Mahindar Mountain, this was a leap of faith. He was jumping because he was so confident that Lord's name will save me from any problems, any obstacles in the path of my service, on my journey. And that's the confidence we should have. Okay, whenever we take on any services, that's why we say Mangala Charan prayers, because we are invoking Lord's names, right? That's why we chant in the morning, so that before we take on our day, we have the strength of Lord's names to guide us, right? So we become confident when we chant Lord's names that we can take on any obstacle in our journey. So this life is also our journey, right? That every day is actually our leap across the ocean. So when we chant Lord's names in the morning, we are actually empowering ourselves, becoming confident to tackle that day, so that whatever obstacles we face that day, they will be minimized actually. So you see, when he jumped off saying Jai Shri Ram, somebody can say, why did he face any obstacles at all? Wasn't he jumping on the power of Lord's names? He should not have any obstacles at all. But that's not how it works. It's not that we won't get any obstacles. We will get obstacles, but those obstacles will be easy to cross. They will be easy to overcome. Those hurdles will become minimized because of the strength, the confidence in Lord and Lord's names. So that's what Hanuman shows us, that when he jumped off, he took a leap of faith that I'm going to do this service and I'm going to do this with confidence, and I have confidence in Lord and his names, and whatever hurdles I come across, I'll be able to overcome them. So we should have that confidence when we take on services. Okay. So this is this was just another lesson when he used Mahindar Mountain as a launching pad. So once he jumped off, okay, this is the next obstacle he faced. What did he face? He faced a mountain called Menak Mountain. Okay, Menak Mountain. This was a golden mountain. And this mountain, this was not like any demon or anything, but this mountain wanted to serve Hanuman. This mountain was full of many opulences. There were many lakes there, ponds there, many fruits, like trees laden with fruits and beautiful flowers and gardens on that mountain. So it was full of many comforts, many luxuries, okay, on that mountain. And the mountain, this Menak mountain, wanted to serve Hanuman. He said, you are doing service for Lord Ram, and I want to serve you. Okay, I want to give you some of my fruits, some of my water to drink. Please rest on me for a little bit. Just lie down, take a quick nap. So he wanted to give some comforts to Hanuman, because Hanuman was engaged in service of Lord Ram. So here, why do we call it a hurdle then? Why is it an obstacle? This mountain is just offering comforts to Hanuman, right? Why is this an obstacle? This is an obstacle because sometimes when we do services, okay, we may be offered, many material benefits. Like someone may say, okay, wow, you are so glorious. They may start praising you for your services. Someone will say, oh, you're so young, but you're chanting so many names. You have already read Bhagavad Gita, you know so many verses. So people start offering you praises, right? And those type of material benefits like fame, they start glorifying you. Those things can slow down your momentum. You will think, oh, I'm so wonderful. I have learned already so much. I do so many spiritual practices anyways. Maybe I need to slow down. Maybe I need to take it easy. I don't need to do too much. I have already learned 50 verses. I don't need to learn 100 verses. Everybody's glorifying me already. What is the point of learning more? Why should I? Maybe I can take it easy in chanting. So, you know, when people offer us material benefits, and then when you grow up, you know, somebody may offer you some money, you may get some followers, you may get some, name or fame, and those things, these type of comforts, material comforts, can actually distract you from your practices. They can become a distraction. You may become sidetracked, right? And you may lose momentum. Because these comforts you tend to enjoy, and we have this enjoyed mentality, right? So we start enjoying them and we lose momentum. So we lose discipline in our japa. Okay, maybe I don't need to wake up in the morning. Maybe I don't need to chant so many names. Maybe I don't need to hear and read so much. So, you know, people in this way get distracted. So this is another hurdle, that when people offer us comforts, when we are trying to complete a project, when we are given benefits, we become sidetracked by those benefits. So especially, you know, in spiritual practices, we get sidetracked very easily. We get distracted very easily. So we should not get very used to too many comforts. And so Hanumanji said, I cannot stop. I have a seva to perform. I cannot rest on you. I cannot enjoy your fruits and flowers and water and these things. So, so please let me pass. But Menak Mountain said, please just honor me. So Hanumanji said, okay. In this picture, it shows that he just put his hand on the mountain. Sometimes it said that he just put his foot lightly on the mountain and said, okay, I have rested. Consider that I have rested on you because I touched you lightly with my foot. And then he moved on. So he basically rejected many, many comforts, many, many benefits that mountain was offering him. So this was the second hurdle of Menak Mountain. Is that clear to everybody? Were you able to hear this time? Who wants to share? So what was the realization or lesson from this? Menak Mountain, what was he offering, and what happens if we accept these type of comforts is that we get distracted, we lose momentum, we get sidetracked, right? We start enjoying these things and forget about our service, right? Forget about the project because somebody offered us some nice things and we just started enjoying them. So so you see that very politely Hanumanji rejected those comforts. So Menak Mountain represents actually comfort zone. And in spiritual practices, it is said that we need to go out of our comfort zone. So when somebody is offering us so much comforts, you know, we should be very careful how much we accept from them. Who wants to share about this? Any realizations? Sampada, you want to share?
Sure, Mataji. I learned that we should not be too much attached to any kind of fames or stuff like that from the material world that might be coming due to our spiritual practices, because even those things might harm us in our bhakti. Yeah.
Yes, perfect. And you might have seen this in your life because you all are so young, and your family members, cousins, you know, they may glorify you that, oh, you're so young, and at this young age, you have advanced so much, you're doing so many things. So this sometimes gets to our head and we start thinking, oh, I'm doing so much. You know, I'm so advanced, I'm so great. Maybe I need to slow down. Now it's okay, you know, when we're doing some projects and services, if you are too overwhelmed, it's okay to take rest and rejuvenate, right? We should take some rest, we should take some mental breaks, we should make some space for other activities that help to kind of rejuvenate us, like some type of entertainment, and those things are okay. But do not lose sight of the big picture. Do not lose sight of the big service, the big project that you have in front of you, right? So Hanuman never lost sight of the big seva that he has in front of him. He knows that Lord Ram is depending on him. He's eagerly waiting on the news of Mother Sita. So he does not have time to lose. And Mother Sita is there crying. And he cannot lose so much time in resting and taking comforts from this mountain. So he needs to keep moving, right? But a little rest is okay. So he just touched his foot on the mountain. So that way he respected him. He did not want to dishonor him. And still kept on moving. So still keep moving forward. Okay, always keep moving forward. You can take breaks, you can take rest, you can, kind of take some space for certain other activities, but still keep moving forward in your various assignments, projects, in your services, in your tasks, everything. Okay. Okay, let's take, so this was the second hurdle. The first one was that he could not even remember his powers. He had forgotten everything. So he needed a guide to remind him. Second was when he did jump, this mountain offered him comforts and he politely rejected those, remembering the big task he had in front of him. And until that task was completed, he did not want to take a long break unnecessarily, right? So then what happens? Then as he was jumping, this next obstacle came in his way. And this was a demon. This was a female demon. Her name was Sursa. Okay. This was a very ferocious demon. And she had a boon from Brahmaji actually, that nobody could cross her without entering her mouth. Okay. They had to enter her mouth first and then only they could cross. But actually, if you enter her mouth, that means that she will just eat you. So there was no hope of crossing her, because if you had to enter her mouth, then she would just eat you, right? So there was nobody who could cross her. So, and
Your voice is kind of getting low again.
Yeah, it is.
so I don't know why that is. I think it may be the signal here. Okay, is it better now? Trying to keep it very close to me.
A little bit.
Okay, and please keep your volume to maximum. Let me try my earphones and see if that helps. Can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
Barely.
Barely. Is it better? Worse than before?
Worse.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. How about now?
A little better.
Okay, let's try for a few minutes, huh?
Okay.
How about now?
Good.
Good. Okay. Okay. And tell me if that happens again. Okay. So I was saying that this female demon came in the way. Her name was Surasa. Okay. And she had a boon from Brahmaji that nobody could cross her without entering her mouth. Okay. So which means that if they entered her mouth, she would eat them up. So nobody could cross her. So when Hanumanji came across her, he became very big. And he thought that if he became really big, he could cross her. But then she also became very big. Then he became even bigger. And she also became really big. So in this way, this competition was going on, that they keep getting bigger and bigger than each other. So at this time, so this particular demon, Surasa, is said to represent, okay, this is said to represent competition mentality. Okay. Some people always are trying to prove that they're better than the others. So in this competition, she is trying to become bigger than Hanuman, and then Hanuman is trying to become bigger than her. So this competition is going on. That's right, right? This is a competition going on between the two. And this competition, what is this? This is just a waste of time for Hanuman, right? Because they can keep getting bigger and bigger, but there is no end to this competition. And Hanuman has a very big task to perform.
He cannot waste his time with this lady. So what should he do? So he used his intelligence. Okay. And sometimes you will see that we will face hurdles or obstacles in our journey, in our various services, in our various assignments, where we have to use our intelligence. Okay. So he did jump on the faith of Lord Ram and his name, but does not mean that he's not going to use his skills and his intelligence, right? He's using his intelligence, God given intelligence. So what did he do? He became very small. Suddenly, this competition of was going on where they keep getting bigger than each other. Suddenly, he reduced his size very little. He became very, very small, and he entered into the mouth of Sursa, because that was the boon that you have to enter into. That was the boon Sursa had, that whoever tries to cross you had to enter into your mouth. So he entered into his mouth and quickly came out. Okay, she could not eat him because she got very confused. And what happened suddenly, right? He was suddenly there, this huge person. He became very little, entered the mouth, and came out. So in this way, he respected the boon of Brahmaji. He kept the boon, and she had to give him way now because he has fulfilled the demand um, that he has entered her mouth. Also, she was very impressed with him. Actually, she was very impressed with this intelligence that he displayed, this humility that he displayed, and this by his skills. So she was very impressed, and um, she actually told him that she glorified Hanuman actually for respecting Brahmaji's boon and for defeating her in this intelligent way. So this particular hurdle, obstacle represents that when you have the lesson that you learn here is that when you have somebody who is unnecessarily competing with you, trying to prove that they are better than you, it can be a waste of time. Sometimes people are just arguing with you for no reason and there is no end to those arguments. Sometimes people are just fighting with you, having conflicts, and there is no end to those conflicts, right? Then what should you do? Especially if you have great tasks to perform, you should take the lower position. You should take a humbler position. Okay. And that's what Hanuman did. He became lower than her. He became very small so that he could somehow defeat her and get on. So you don't need to indulge people who are trying to prove that they're better than you. You can say, okay, yes, you are better than me. I'm only this much capable, and move on, right? Keep doing your task to your limited capacity, whatever you have capacity you have. So you don't need to waste your time in unnecessary competition. Just ignore this type of wasteful arguments, wasteful competition that people engage in. Okay. Um, and that's what Hanumanji did. He used his intelligence, he used his proper judgment in the situation, and he decided to take a humble position and basically withdrew from this unnecessary competition. Um, um, he decided to give up this competitive mentality of who is better and just focus on his service and somehow get through this situation, right? So this is the lesson we learn. So one lesson is that we should take humble position when we are faced with these type of people. Secondly, we don't need to engage in this type of unnecessary competition, which wastes our time, or unnecessary arguments, which wastes our time, because this is also a distraction from our original service, right? Because these type of competitions, who is better, I'm better than you, can keep going on forever. Hmm? So those are some of the lessons to learn from this. Is that is this interesting? Is this jump of Lord Hanuman interesting for you? Right? So the first obstacle we learned about was that he did not remember his identity. The second, he needed to be reminded by jump one. Second obstacle was that he was offered a lot of comforts when he was engaged in services and was going to get distracted. So he rejected those comforts by Menak mountain. The third was Sursa, who was trying to engage him in this unnecessary battle, this unnecessary competition, and he rejected that competition also. He took a humble position by becoming very small, and with his intelligence, he sort of won her heart actually. He actually won her heart. She became very impressed. She actually gave him blessings for this by taking this humble position and respecting the boon of Brahmaji. So he actually won her heart like that. So this was third obstacle. Let's move on to the next one. The next is, and I'll quickly wrap up because we have this one and one more. So this is Simika. Okay, this was another demon. Now, so Hanumanji realized that there are many obstacles in his jump, so he should probably fly high in the sky. So he started flying really high up in the sky, okay, where there are not many obstacles. And he was flying at a very high speed. But then suddenly he realized that he's not able to fly. He stopped, as if something is holding him, something is anchoring him. And he did not know what was holding him down. Why is he not able to move further? So he looked down and he saw that his shadow on the water was being held by another demon, another female demon whose name was Simika. So Simika had grabbed his shadow and was not letting him fly forward. Okay. So everybody's following that. It's a very difficult concept to understand, that somebody could grab your shadow and you could not move forward. But that's what this demon had, that power, that she grabbed his shadow so he couldn't fly forward. So what did he do? He took a deep dive into the ocean where Simika was hiding, and he immediately entered her body and killed her. Hmm? He killed her. So this is the first demon he has killed so far. Sursa he did not kill. Sursa he defeated by his intelligence, by his humility. But Simika he killed. Okay, he destroyed her and was able to move forward. So what does this Simika represent? What is the lesson to learn from this Simika? So Simika represents the envious mentality of people. Okay, there are some people. So each of us have some fault, some dark side, right? So the shadow of Hanuman is like his, let's say, some darkness. Okay, some um, fault. So some people just like to latch on to other people's faults, other people's dark side, and do not let them advance. Okay, some people have this fault finding mentality or envious mentality, where they will just latch on to those faults and amplify those faults, and will be very envious of you. Hmm? So why? Because Hanumanji was flying very high and she could not tolerate that. So some people cannot tolerate when you are doing very well. You may have seen that. You may have come across some envious people that when you are doing very well, they cannot tolerate that and they criticize you. They just describe your faults. Even though you have so many good qualities, they focus on only the bad ones, only the darkness that you have. So these type of envious people, actually, this type of envious mentality is very difficult to cure. Okay, and it is said that envy is such a problem that it cannot be used in service of Lord. Any other problem can be used in service of Lord, but envy is a big problem to have. And so envy or envious mentality just needs to be destroyed. That's why Hanumanji killed her. So lesson here is that when people fly high, when somebody is flying really high, the envious people start finding their faults and start doing fault finding or criticizing unnecessarily and not let you move forward in life. Okay, and we should identify our envious mentality and try to destroy it. Okay, we remember that envy is a very negative quality which cannot be used in service of Lord, and so it needs to be just destroyed. Okay, so we should identify envy in other people if they have, and disconnect from them because they will not let you move forward. And if you have envious mentality in yourself, then we should try to destroy that envious mentality. Otherwise, it's a very negative quality to have, to focus on somebody's negatives, somebody's darkness. That's what Simika represents. Let's quickly take the next one and then let's hear from all of you. This is the last obstacle. This is number 5. So now finally Hanumanji was able to jump across and he reached Ayodhya, and he reached Lanka. And once he reached Lanka, he was trying to enter Lanka, and he came across this particular lady or demon, not a lady, a demon. Her name was Lankini. Okay, she was like a guard or guardian at the gatekeeper of Lanka. Now, Hanumanji had made himself very, very small. So you can see Hanumanji is very small in this picture. He thought, if I want to sneak into Lanka, I should become very small. So he became very small, like almost like a cat. And he tried to sneak into Lanka. But as he was sneaking in, this gatekeeper, Lankini, saw him and stopped him at the door. Okay. And she tried to attack him. she attacked Hanuman because she saw that he was an intruder trying to enter, which she thought was her, her city. My Ravan rules here, and nobody can enter here. So she stopped him by attacking him. But Hanuman immediately, what did he do? He punched her. He did not kill her. Okay. So far, he has killed only one demon. That was Simika. Lankini, he did not kill. He just punched her. Okay. Now, Lankini, as soon as she was punched, she suddenly became very calm and suddenly became very quiet. And she started thanking Hanuman. She started, glorifying Hanuman. And she said, Hanuman, she said, oh, monkey, you have saved me. Hanuman said, how so? How have I saved you? So Lankini said, I used to be a gatekeeper of Brahmaji, but I was cursed and I was made a gatekeeper of Lanka. I used to be a gatekeeper of Brahmaji actually, and I had completely forgotten that identity of being a gatekeeper of Brahma. Okay, and today by punching me, you have reminded me that my original position was a gatekeeper of being Brahma's Satyalok, not Lanka's gatekeeper. Hmm? And this was the curse that she had, that if a monkey comes and punches her, then she would be reminded of her original position as a gatekeeper of Brahmaji. So this Lankini, she said, okay, I'm going to resume my services in Satyalok at Brahmaji's gate and become gatekeeper of Brahmaji again, not Lanka. So this Lankini actually um, represents the mentality of attachment to bodily identification because she had become attached to Lanka. She's identifying herself as a gatekeeper of Lanka. So she's thinking this Lanka is I'm a servant of Ravan. I'm a servant of Lanka. So this represents people that are identifying with this body and they think that they are servants in this that they're enjoyers in this world. They think that this world is theirs to enjoy. So they have bodily identification, right? So they're very attached to this material world, this body, and they have forgotten their original position. So that's what Lankini represents. But when somebody like Hanuman, a pure servant, a pure devotee, comes and gives you the knowledge, then that wakes you up and you remember that actually I am not this body, I am the soul. I am not supposed to serve the Ravans of this world. I'm not supposed to enjoy in the Lanka of this world. I'm actually the servant of a higher person, right? So this is what Lankini represents. She represents attachment to the material world and body, and she represents false ego. She represents bodily identification. So when we get connection with a pure devotee like Hanuman, who gives us the true knowledge in the form of a punch, in this case, he punched her. So sometimes the true knowledge of Bhagavad Gita can feel like a punch in the face where you suddenly, remember your original position. So in this way, she realized I'm not protector of Lanka, I'm servant of Brahma, not Ravan. So this is the last obstacle he faced, and each obstacle you see that he overcame through his intelligence, through his humility, and used his various skills by becoming bigger, smaller, diving into the ocean, and he used his best judgment at different times in overcoming various obstacles. So in this way, it is said that Hanuman crossed this ocean, which was so difficult to cross, but similarly, it is said about material ocean also, right? That it is very difficult to cross. But we have all the resources. Just like Hanuman forgot that he had all the skills, all the resources to cross that ocean. Similarly, we also have all the resources. We have just forgotten that we have this beautiful, perfect human body. We can use this in service of the Lord. We can use all the skills. We can use our family, our education, and cross over this material ocean. So it's not that hard. It's not that difficult. And big ocean becomes very small when a proper person guides us, gives us inspiration, gives us instructions, and we can also cross the hurdles of this material ocean with our intelligence, with our skills, with the name. Foremost is the name, chanting of the names, just like Hanuman chanted. On the faith of Lord, he took this leap of faith and he recognized various obstacles on his journey. He addressed them appropriately and he kept moving forward. So Those are some of the lessons. Let's hear from everybody who wants to share. Who wants to share before we do the sign for Kahoot? Actually, we're running late, so please. Okay, yes, Beyond to go ahead and share. I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Were you able to hear rest of the time? Okay. Go ahead, Beyonto. Were you sharing something? I saw you raise your hand.
Oh no.
Anyone wants to share any realizations or lessons or any other lessons came to your mind that I did not share? There are many, many lessons. You know, each of these obstacles, there are actually many more lessons, but I was trying to share just one from each, one or two from each, to give you just a taste to read this portion of Ramayana. And it's very short. This is the shortest portion. This is considered the most auspicious, actually. Let's see. Let's hear from one or two people quickly so that we can move on. Yes, Sabni.
I like the point where you talked about how people latch onto the faults and how how Simika was jealous that Hanuman could fly so high and fast. So like she latched onto his like shadow, which like represented his like dark side or like his faults. And so how she latched onto that because she was so envious of him and how he just directly killed the envy.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and we should identify envy within ourselves so that we can kill it and not be, envious or critical or become that fault finder for other people either, right? What was, so let's hear from one or two more people. What was your favorite lesson? Yes, Beyonto, go ahead.
My favorite lesson of the story was like how a true leader gives like reminds people of their powers and stuff.
Yes, wonderful. Who else wants to share? Thank you, Beyonto. Vinita, you have not said anything today. You want to share something? Let's hear from you. What was your favorite lesson?
Hare Kṛṣṇa. My favorite lesson was definitely the one about envy and how like envy can't be cured and that it just has to be destroyed, and we have to look out for envy in others and especially in ourselves. I think that was very insightful.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you. My favorite lesson was the sursas actually, that we need not engage in unnecessary competition and arguments that sometimes people waste your time with. It's and again remember that this is a teamwork, right? Especially when we're trying to cross over this material world, like we're all in this together. So when we do these services, we should not be competing with each other. We should not try to prove that I am better than you or anything. We should be like Jamvan, identify each other's strength, uplift each other, use your own strength and skills that you have to keep moving forward in your journey and not hold others back in their journey. Also empower them so they can also keep moving forward, right? So everybody needs to, we're all, like we said, we're all in this together. This is like a team. This is a team, and we, all of us devotees, we have to cross over this journey of life together, holding each other's hands. So we should always encourage each other, inquire about each other's practices, each other's work in school, or hurdles, obstacles that we may be facing in our life, in the family, with the friends, at school, and see how we can help each other in overcoming. Tell your friends that, hey, you have this strength, this is what you can use, this is what you can do to overcome this particular obstacle. So help each other, empower and uplift each other, and keep moving forward, yourself and other people. Everybody needs to keep moving forward in this journey, right? So don't be like Simika, but be like Jamvan, who is who inspires people, who guides people, who nourishes their skills, reminds them of their skills, and be like Hanuman, who uses his skills, who uses his intelligence, but also is very confident of Lord's names, and Lord's potency will propel him forward in this jump. Okay, I guess we'll stop here. Please share in the group the 5 obstacles and each lesson that we learned from each obstacle. Okay, who wants to conduct the Kahoot? Let's do it quickly because we're running late.
I'll do it, Mataji.
You want to? Is everybody able to stay to play, or is it too late? Or
I think I might have to leave. I have school tomorrow.
okay, everybody has school tomorrow, so it's up to you. If you want to play, fine. If not,
What are you saying, Mataji?
do you want to play or do you want to leave? Decide quickly. Come on. Okay.
I think if we do it on the normal mode, like just regular, that
That
should
would
be
be really
quick.
quick. Yeah, that would be really
Yeah,
quick.
that would be very quick.
Okay, let's do it. Go ahead.
Is there any music playing? Okay, yeah.
Wait, the characters blink. The characters blink.
Okay, there are 13 people in the call. Everybody please join quickly. Okay, who's not in, please.
Skull with it's a skull with the blue hat. Looks really cool.
That's me.
Wait, what?
Okay, has everybody joined?
No.
Well, let's think about this. Avani's not playing, and Montaji's not playing, so that's 11 people. So we're missing 6.
Okay. Everybody,
I'm also
let's
not
join.
playing,
If
and
not,
I don't know about Navya. If Navya has another device or not, I'm not sure.
oh, okay. I think Navya left.
Okay, we'll just have to get started now
people left.
because
Yeah,
it's
let's get
already
started.
late.
It's
Let's
getting
get
really
started,
late.
Avni. Hari Hari Bol. Good luck, everyone.
Okay, question 1. What was the name of the elephant that came out and how many tusks did it have?
Yay, I'm on the podium.
I'm on the podium.
Yes. The elephant that came out, the name was Airavat, and it had 4 tusks, which made it a little more special than normal elephants.
4-tusked elephant. I am so.
Okay, next question. Who accepted Lakshmi when she came out of the ocean? Or like, who did Lakshmi choose, like when she came out of the ocean?
I'm answering this quick.
This was very quick. You all are very, very quick.
Yay, I'm still in first.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
What item came out of the ocean after Lakshmi?
It's so quick, it says that was quick.
I'm not sure about my answer here.
See, it's either
Yes,
it was
so
red
Varuni
or yellow.
came out
It
of the
was
ocean after
red or yellow.
Lakshmi came out. And, oh, never mind, I'm not going to say that. I think that may be a later question.
It was either red or yellow.
Yes, true or false, the devatas accepted Varuni.
I remember. Yay.
Oh, I got it wrong.
Yes, false. The demons actually accepted Varuni.
Yeah.
Okay, who was holding the nectar when it came out of the ocean?
That was so fast. My mouse was right on the correct answer and I pressed it.
No, like me answering and then sees. Wonder they
Okay, Dhanvantari was holding the nectar when it came out. Okay, true or false? Dhanvantari is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu.
Spamming. I spammed in the direction I thought was.
Yes, that's
Oh,
true.
okay, correct.
Dhanvantari is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu.
I just got 1,000 points.
Okay, who came to distribute the nectar?
Oh, I answered late.
Yes, Mohini
I just took a
Murti
guess
came
at
to
that.
distribute the
Guess
nectar.
at that.
Okay, true or false? Mohini Murti is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu.
Spamming. Okay,
Probably got it wrong.
I just spammed.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mohini Murti is also an incarnation of
I got
Lord Vishnu.
1,000
There are multiple incarnations in this whole Leela, and she is one of them. Okay, what does Mohini mean?
Hard.
Probably got it wrong, but who cares?
I'm so scared. This one's hard.
I felt like it was
Yes, the answer is enchanted because Mohini enchanted everybody when she came to distribute the nectar, especially the demons. Okay, last question. What was the name of the demon who sat on the side of the Devatas when Mohini Murti was distributing the nectar?
I hope I got it right.
I pray I got it right. Oh wait, I was absent that class. That's why I didn't know half of these.
Oh, that's sad.
Hey, I
3
took a
seconds.
guess and I got like 75% of my
Yes.
guesses
Now,
right.
who was the name of the demon? Bali Maharaj didn't really have
I lost.
like that big of a role in this Samudra Manthan.
I
And
mean,
Vasuki was the name of the snake.
I mean,
I didn't even see Vasuki.
3rd place, good job, Bedhi.
If I wasn't absent, I would
2nd
have got
place, good job, Ansh. In 1st place,
Very cool. Good job. You all.
and Lakshay and Bianto, good job.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram.
me and Lakshay were tied up.
Good work, Avni. Thank you for making the quiz. These were difficult questions. I was getting
I was
confused.
absent last class, so it wasn't fair for me.
Okay, everyone, we'll stop the call. Thank you so much for joining. This was wonderful to get your association today. It's been a long time. Okay.
Thank you.
Nice
Hare
week.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you. Bye.
Vancha Kripasimubhayucha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavim.